folks, and welcome to another Saturday Morning Time Stories.
I'm Benjamin.
I'm Matt.
And here we are again, traveling through
time.
Man,
yeah.
It's still good. I'm telling you, it's still good.
It's still good. That's why we're just doing these. Of course, this is not going to be the podcast forever because we've only got 4 more expansions.
That's true. But
we got to talk.
Fast forwarding into the next Saturday, we will probably be talking about something else.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And we're disappointed by that, but
unless
things change, and maybe they will.
So,
because who knows what the future holds?
This time we're talking about Expedition. No, is that it? Expedition Endurance, right?
Didn't we just read it?
We just read it.
Expedition Endurance, Adventure number 5.
I got it right. Adventure number 5, 1914.
I believe so. It was World War I's time frame.
We're on a ship out in the nowheres.
We were in.
This is set up. No spoilers again.
Of course.
There
never any spoilers on this podcast.
Actually,
no. There are not for this game. But then every other thing we talk about is like this is spoilers, whatever.
I read, and this is the interesting yet frustrating thing when we read something that's brand new to the game. I didn't bring this up last time. We can misread it. Like, we didn't mention this, but there was something under the mask that we did the first time wrong. And we figured it out, toward the end. We figured out what was going on. And we played it. But to be honest, we'd never seen the mechanic before.
Which is wonderful, and we briefly touched on that last week.
Yeah,
and it was just like that. It's just that we were talking about how they introduced new mechanics, and they're like throwing new things at us, but it was great and clever without being overly complicated. How do they do that again? What could they possibly bring into the game again? And even expecting it, I was pleasantly surprised with another. Last week we talked about the other new mechanic. This week, whole other new mechanic. It's
a new situation.
Yes.
That I was very confused upon. Now, I read a card wrong, but we'd never seen this before, so I thought it meant this.
Yes.
And then rereading it, we thought, it must mean this. But it still didn't make sense. And so I am done because, again, not learning my lesson from the last game.
Okay.
I said, again, that's stupid. Now, to be fair, at this point, we had not realized what had happened under the mask.
We didn't know how stupid we were at this point.
We had not realized. I was disappointed with the I'll say I was disappointed with the last game, how it ended.
Still had a sour taste in your mouth.
And then this one,
because we launched right into it.
The kickoff.
After we finished it, we went to the next one.
The kickoff in this one is another frustrating experience.
Yes.
And
but
after our first run,
it was different. It ended up being frustrating.
Very different.
Yes.
And I was like, that's stupid. And then I kept saying, what was the point? What was this? I don't understand. And I'm really getting kind of frustrated.
Yeah. And we were stuck.
And then the game opens up.
Yes.
Our second run through, the very first place we travel to, then like a big sack of potatoes, it hits us.
Right.
I mean, a huge sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
It hit us bad. And then suddenly the light bulbs went off, and we went, "Oh, the lesson learned." We'll get to other things too. The lesson learned here, because I learned it right then. You know what I'm talking about during the second run. Our second run through Expedition Endurance.
I mean, I remember. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. I get it. Here's the lesson. Do not be disappointed because they have a plan."
Yeah.
Even though you're thinking, "Well, that's frustrating. That doesn't make any sense." Trust me. It will later. I'll never doubt them again. I'm gonna be honest.
You're sold.
They could give a complete stinker, and now I think that I did something wrong. That's how they've got me now. You would be that too. You'd be we'd say, "Well, that sucked," which means obviously we did something wrong.
After part 4 and 5, I completely agree with that. Is that you learn even to trust whatever story is being told, whether it's good, bad, frustrating, confusing, whatever emotions you're having. You are just along for the ride. Maybe I'm doing something. Maybe it'll become clear in a moment. Sometimes when we're reading the opening cards to set up the story for us, I'll be reading the card, and then from one card to the next, we're all just like, what is that? And then you flip over the next card, and and it just clicks one part at a time.
If anyone's seen Scream 2, you know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about? I've seen Scream 2. Why would you ever watch Scream 2 twice?
Well, you're watching a movie for the first few minutes. You don't realize that till later.
Oh, okay.
When it backs away from a little bit meta.
Oh, I see.
Okay? And that's what happens here in a way. That's my best analogy. So you're like, what is going on? And then it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then suddenly pieces start falling together.
Potatoes.
And again, yeah. Whoa. Crushing sack of potatoes. Anyway, so the thing was, though, that's what I learned. I learned, okay, from now on out, I'm not going to say this sucked or I don't understand this or
that's stupid.
It's always too soon. Yeah. It's always too soon.
Even if it's over.
This is and I don't, again, no, it's not because this is in setup. This is a Cthulhu-esque game. It's in setup. We've talked about what tokens resemble what in our prior podcast. So the brown tokens are insanity that you can lose.
So
to me,
it has a Lovecraftian vibe underneath it.
Oh, it's very Lovecraftian. Yeah. It's the year of Lovecraftian too.
I don't think we should say anything else about that at all. Because
that's in setup though.
That is a very tiny piece of setup.
Okay,
tiny.
But the thing is though, that's what. And I'm not opposed to this, by the way. It wasn't Cthulhu, no,
of course
but
not.
It was
but
very
it was a Lovecraftian.
It was very
Lovecraftian.
Yes. And so if you're into Lovecraftian, that's fine. Which is fine. I'm fine with that too. But the thing is though, I'm going to talk. We've talked about characters before. We've talked about characters. Because I've listened to our past ones. You can play as an animal for the first time.
That was the fun new mechanic that I liked.
There's a dog, and you get to play as a dog.
I did.
And
I chose that one because it was so different.
And this is no spoilers because it's something you can pick before the game starts. You pick your receptacle. What's it called again?
Receptacle.
Thank you. Whatever. Yes. Your quantum leaper.
Yes.
The person you're quantum leaping to. So. The only thing, and it says this on his card, is that he can't go insane, but that you have, as a trade-off, you can hardly do anything.
Same. There are limitations, trade-offs to each character.
And there are some neat little trade-offs to where you basically had to. You had to follow along with one of us. Sure, there's some things you could have done on your own, and you did on your own, but there were things. And
there were really fun limitations on it.
They were really fun and thematic.
It wasn't just thematically. It wasn't just a limitation like, oh, I can't do this. It was much more of a thematic, oh, this is fun because I am not able to complete this challenge in any way, shape, or form.
But it makes sense.
But it makes sense, and it was fun to say that even. Just to hand it to someone else and say, I can't do this. That was still fun.
They switched tables on us.
Again.
On
usual.
The dog. And I said, wait, pause. I said, is this something for you or for us? And we all started laughing, and we thought that maybe it was for you.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And so we decided, because I think that's what it meant. Of all the expansions, this one feels more akin to the original adventure. In a way.
Because this one is
it's definitely different.
It is much more secretive than all of the prior ones with all the recent ones we've played. Like the fantasy adventure one that we succeeded at did so well. That one was very collaborative from the beginning, and it felt much more like a D&D adventure that you were all in this together with. This one felt much more secret. Keep this completely to yourself. You're not allowed to do this. It like all capses and big red X's, and like anything you pick up, it'll have all these warnings on it. It says this is just for you and only you. Right. And that is wonderful. It was really great.
There's hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Yes, because there's one other thing. Under the Mask, we questioned whether there was a "Do you trust me" moment. We questioned whether there was.
We did.
In this one, there is no "Do you trust me" moment.
Isn't there?
No, not at the beginning. Not at the beginning. So I like this. I like that they're taking away the familiar.
No, in a way.
Any aspect, because we keep trying to pin a thread of commonality between these.
Yes.
Because we joked in our first 2 expansion podcasts, there's always that "Do you trust me?"
Yeah, right.
Because that's one thing you can always. That's the old
Like
gag.
a Wilhelm scream.
The one, yes,
is what
it's
I
always
use.
going to be there, and we were fine with that. And they said, "Oh yeah, that is becoming habitual of us. So let's go ahead and switch it up and under the mask, eliminate it altogether because we don't need a crutch to stand up on, and we don't think having this little Easter egg and everything is cute."
And to that credit, then they changed up even the intro, the thing that we normally do talk about.
Everything is flipped.
Hesitant to even talk about the setup now for this adventure because there are differences in this one that were not a part of the rest.
Well, that's the other thing I wanted to get to. The guy who gave this to me, he moved a card that should go. It's in. This is no secret. There's 2 decks. One is the do not open deck, unless required to. And I was questioning. I said, I'm either missing something here or what's going on. Then later on, I found the card that I thought I was missing in the second deck, and I assumed, I went, oh, this dude just, when he was setting it back, he just got this card mixed up. Later on, I realized, that card is not in the... You usually see this card in the original deck. Now it is gone because it's in the secret deck. You know what I mean now?
I do.
Okay. Wow. That he remembered to do that.
Yeah. Would you have done that?
Because I remember...
You don't think you would have done that?
Because in every pack 1, you see that card.
I know.
And I even when we opened up the game, I said, guys... Because I sat there, I looked through the entire first deck. I was like, I didn't go through the do not open deck.
This is during our frustrating
after our frustrating thing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm something's missing. Is what I said. I said,
maybe that
I said maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this
something.
is just it. Maybe there's something in the game that's going to help us out. I said, but we're missing blank. And I showed you, where it wasn't in the deck.
You started to get worried we were actually missing a piece of this game.
Yeah, I was worried about that. I was like, that's kind of weird that we're missing a card. But no, you're not. And we were meant never... Because when I said... Because remember when we got to open this thing, I was like, here's the card. I thought he put it in the wrong spot.
I see what you're saying because that vibe of frustration, that particular one, hasn't been felt since the first game. Since the base game.
That's exactly when we thought we've been everywhere. What's going on?
What are we missing?
What are we missing?
Is there a part of the game that's missing? Like, is something broken?
If ever you think, oh, guys, I'm missing a card, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. If you bought it if you bought it new, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're not missing a card.
And most likely, the reverence that is treated with the forums and the used versions that we've now discovered is going to be applicable to you as well.
But it was during that second run or something that I realized, no, that card was meant to be in here.
It was supposed to be there. Right.
And so I believe I put it back in its proper deck. I reset the trap, so to speak. I'm trying to follow in this guy's shoes.
When you play these again inevitably?
Yeah, because I like that. I like that. But again, that's hard to forget. Mm-hmm. That it goes in whatever stack. So anyway, I just wanted, that's another thing I want to mention. Now, let's go back to your topic. I said to pin it. So go for it again.
Lost it. I'm not.
Oh, no, I should have written it down because I'm so terrible.
I'm not Atlas.
I know.
I can't handle this. Everybody.
So we were talking about this. We were talking about it being Lovecraftian. We talked about... Oh, got it. Secrets. This is a game of secrets.
Yes.
This is a game of, you keep it to yourself.
Yes.
This is a game where the instructions are,
yes,
you keep it to yourself. Something is found, you keep it to yourself. Sometimes, not all the time. But everyone is holding secrets. This is not a secret. This is part of the setup. There are insanity cards.
Yes.
That if you go insane, you'll have to draw one.
A new mechanic.
However, you may not tell anyone
Did they have that mechanic in the first game?
No, they didn't.
We were in an insane asylum.
But we were in an insane asylum.
But we couldn't go.
But I told you it felt like we were going insane toward the end.
Well, that's true. The story was tricky.
Okay.
But this one,
that
was the mechanic in the game.
You have to take an insanity card.
But
you can't tell everyone. You can just say, hey,
I'm doing this now.
I'm doing this now. Or no, I really
not there.
don't need to be doing that right now.
Right.
Because I told him, I said, okay, I can't tell you, but all I can tell you is this.
Because your character was
Blah,
the
blah,
first
blah.
to succumb to
Yes.
the new mechanic
Eh,
of the game.
But that's the other thing. There's something that you're going to be following in this expansion that gives you the decision. You know, it's almost like, would you like to continue? Yes or no?
Yeah, right.
And the question keeps going. I'm not going to spoil anything. You're going to have to make the decision
That's true. And
of when you want to stop
when do we stop?
or if
Yeah.
you're going to stop. Because once you go the mile, it's done. Okay?
I wonder about that even now. Like, I wonder if it is done. Like, I'm doubting even what we experienced. I doubt.
Oh, no. We didn't scratch the surface, obviously, because
That's what
there's
I'm saying.
another. I can't spoil it. There's
I know
another deck
that-
that we didn't make it through.
That's my point. There's a whole
yeah.
other tunnel. There's a left-hand tunnel
yeah.
to take over the right-hand tunnel.
Yeah,
you know,
which
that-
I do not want to go through that deck. I'm telling you that right now. I went through 2 cards of that deck, and I'm telling you, I do not want to go back through that deck again.
All right.
But the thing is, though, it's so secretive. You're doing secret missions on your own. You're completing certain quests on your own. You're dealing with your own inner demons. And think about this.
Demons.
Okay, demons. When I went insane, I have a question for you. I should have asked Nick too. Did you trust me?
I don't know. I don't think so. Of course not.
Okay. I think it's meant to be that way.
The Do You Trust
'Cause
Me? They flipped it to
To be
us.
honest,
They
I don't
they
know.
made
Did
us-
I ever tell you what I still haven't told you
No,
my
I don't know
insanity.
what happened.
Dang, why am I obeying this rule days after
you're
we played the
still
game?
doing it, and we haven't even-
I'll let you know after this
All right,
podcast.
after we finish.
But what I'm thinking is, and I thought about
So
this
the Do You Trust Me
tonight.
mechanic was us? We were asking it of each other instead of the game asking us?
If you would have gotten a card and said, hey guys, I can't really talk about it, but I'm just going to be doing this now. And I'm thinking, okay, but at the same time, should I be sharing secrets with you? The secrets we can share. Are you on a quest? Are you the enemy now? Has the game turned one of us? That's my thinking. If I'll be honest, I'd have made you sit in another room. I'm kidding. But I probably would have, I think, because I started thinking about it, it's like, wait a minute, because you're not supposed to know. I think it's supposed to stir up distrust too.
Yeah, I could see. Well, I don't know. That's a good. I see your point.
Mr. Nick had a secret quest.
He did.
We trusted him, but why?
Why? What?
Because now that I'm thinking about this game, what if it says,
You're gonna betray.
this is how
whoever-
you win? I don't know. I don't trust anything.
That's a good point.
Anything can happen now. So, again, I think this game is thematic.
Again, how many other things in your life have ever had this success rate of confusing the heck out of you every time and successfully making it fun at the same time? Like, I was confused all of college algebra, but it wasn't fun at all. And this is confusing and entertaining at the same time every time. And it's consistently blowing us away. Like, this one, again, is another hit. Another one.
the first
Still going.
The first game you play is the what is the torture episode of Jean-Luc Picard by the
4
Romulan?
lights.
How many lights are
Yeah.
there?
There are 4
Okay,
lights, 3 lights.
that's what the first game is. How many lights are there?
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, after so long, your mind wants to tell you something else. I
Right.
told you at the end.
Yeah, and Picard
we'd
Picard
been-
admitted at the end too. He was like, I was about to tell him there was 4 lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was telling him whatever he wanted. Yeah, exactly. And we were the same way by the end of
Because
that
by the
first
end of it, we didn't. Up was down,
We were
down
starting to
was
doubt
up.
it.
This one does it a different way.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing it group. It starts separating you.
It does.
It starts separating you, and things were getting out of hand a little bit, especially toward the end.
Especially towards the
I'll
end.
be honest. This was probably the most chaotic ending we've ever had. Because there's
I
one
could
moment.
agree with that.
There's one moment time had to catch up to all of us.
Yeah. We've had some chaotic endings though.
We've never had that happen before.
No.
But the thing is, though, we've had some that's true. A lot of chaotic endings.
A lot of pure luck, but
this one was just boom.
Yeah.
And I was like, well,
we were still reeling from the other chaos, and then we got to the main chaos.
So yeah, we're finally getting to this. So there's another great twist at the end, and
remember, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say.
Everything has a twist. Everything has a twist.
Yeah, it's all
but this one,
twist.
you're just not going to see coming. You just can't. You cannot. It's impossible because they've never done it before, and you can't fathom it happening. And guess what? They won't do it again, or will they?
Or will they?
I don't know what to trust now. So after
we're
it's
open
over,
up the box of the next one, and it's going to be the same setup and the same box, and we're going to be like, wait a minute.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen on the next. Hold on.
Oh, you got predicting?
I'll give you a precursor what I think the spoiler will be in the next one. Okay. I'm going to tell you.
Predict it for me.
I will predict it.
You are good at this.
I'll predict.
You are good at predicting the endings of stuff.
I'm going to predict this one for you. But
right.
anyway, I want to get to this. Let me finish this one first.
Sure.
Expedition Endurance. All right. So we succeed. Like we do, like bosses.
Yeah, I guess.
And we putting it back up. You're reading the mission success thing. You say, hey, hold up.
That's right. We were nearly boxed up and done.
What's a blank? And I went, what do you mean? What's a blank? I said, well, that must be this. That's not what they call it beforehand. Well, I mean,
yeah.
What is it? Then what is it to you? And you say, I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I said, well, I don't know. Well, haven't they usually called it blank? And I went, well, yeah, but I guess they just decided to call it that. But it's not called that in the other ones. I went, that is true. So then we start doing some digging.
Right.
And I said, well, I got a promo that says blank. Maybe that's it. Then I thought that can't be it.
Yeah, you said I have this promo. And I was like, well, that doesn't fit what I'm reading.
It's not
Hand me some cards. I want to read that again.
And so it's not in there.
Right. That was what I was asking you. It was like,
what do
you mean it's not in there?
And that's when we thought, okay, maybe we missed something from the last one. Because obviously this is talking, you had said this is talking about something maybe we missed from the last one because we didn't finish it. Maybe there's a success card there.
Right.
And so I was like, well, yeah, we didn't decide to play through it because they were given the answer. Given the clue was unraveled, now go back through and do this and you'll get the answer. And I said, well, I mean, I guess we can go back and look at that other one. Let's see.
Yeah. You go ahead and keep telling it.
And that's about as far as we can go because that's when the screaming, the crying,
yeah,
how'd this elephant get here?
Yep.
Because the game has already assumed that you did, even though they gave you the clue that you should have gone ahead and played that by now. So now we're moving on from there. And that just kind of pulled the thread to let everything unravel for us right before our eyes. Everything magically unraveled. And even then, folks, you were playing the game one way. They've changed the way you play the game going forward.
Again.
And to be honest, they knew that years before, from day one.
From day one.
They knew they were going to do it from day one.
From the beginning.
We're on the 5th adventure now.
And it was the
We're
third
on the fifth
one,
adventure.
The third one when we first saw the first glimpse of that sort of storytelling, right? It was the second one.
No. Well, I mean, the second we saw the shift and change, but
the third one we got a glimpse.
We thought there may be something.
It was the third one where we got a glimpse of them doing that.
No. We still don't know what that one is.
Still don't know what that other one was. But the first glimpse that we're talking about, when I lost my mind, that I thought was a mind-blowing moment. No, they took that and tripled it, and here it is again. What?
I thought that, that first one that got you to walk away.
The first one from episode 3, I got up and walked away the first time.
Whatever.
And now you triple that, and that's what happened this time.
There's another one from episode 3 that we still don't know about.
That's the one I was just talking about.
It's the pointless one.
Well, is it? And of course,
I don't know what it is.
And how great would it be if it is pointless?
But that would be great too.
I think that's so lovely. And,
I agree. There's a lot going on here.
Lost my dang mind.
So we all kind of lost our mind, but then beautifully, you have a choice. Now your choices at the end of each game will get harder. What choice you're going to make? Because now the game's going to be asking you choices for the next game.
Yeah.
Once you make that choice, folks, There is zero going back.
Right, and I had said,
and it's not going to change the story. It's not
No.
going to change. It will impact the next one, but there is no saying I change my mind.
Right.
There's no saying.
And
there's no take backsies.
I remember saying that this was a bit of what made it feel actually like a legacy game, if you could classify it.
Oh
as
yeah,
that way.
yes, it is obviously
But I
a
mean,
legacy game.
Yeah, but we don't destroy the cards or write on them or anything else, and neither did the person we got them from.
And you shouldn't. I don't think.
you
I don't
shouldn't.
think a lot of people are doing this.
But this very much has that feel of the decision making process.
That's exactly what's
is there
meant. That is
Yes.
what
Yes.
is translated there.
So
we
that's
should be doing
that
that.
feeling of permanent decision making.
It was clearly discussed with us going forward that this is what you should be doing, even
Right.
though we're not going to tear things up.
Right.
But we are going to be faithful to it and adhere to the rules going forward.
Right.
Our new orders from our new masters of the game. The game is our The game plays us. You don't play it.
Yeah.
So
If you need a new god to worship, play Time Stories.
I'm exactly comfortable with that endorsement.
Well, I mean,
Give it
they're
to them.
French. They might not care one way or the other.
Oh, that's great.
I was such a fan after these that I flipped over the boxes and I was looking up the designer and the names and our artists and
I
illustrators.
can't believe.
It's
Yeah.
great.
No, I can't believe.
That can be the tagline to this.
But like I
episode.
said, but that's the thing. Expedition Endurance said, never doubt us.
right,
Never doubt us.
right.
Okay.
From the very off,
You thought we were
right away.
And the funny thing is, it's almost like a Sherlock Holmes. You don't know where he's going, but you know he's always going to figure it out.
He gets
but
there.
why would Watson doubt him? We're
He
the
does.
Watson.
We're
the Watson.
My God, you're right. I am Watson right now. And
We are Watson.
We are Watson.
We are watching the game Sherlock play us.
Oh, you're right.
We are them.
That's how it feels.
That's if you want to feel like Watson.
Yeah, yeah. If you need a new god to work
Working with
and
Sherlock.
if you want to know what it's like to work with Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
play Time Stories. Like, dang, that is so accurate. That is how it feels.
That is how I'm going to
Because
explain it to everyone.
You watch Sherlock solve the mystery, and Watson's right there seeing the same things he is.
And not understanding.
And not understanding.
Even getting on to Sherlock
Wait,
at times.
Holmes, let me ask you about
Joe
this.
Holmes, you're wasting time.
Are you kidding me right now, Mr. Watson? This is the answer, and it's right here as plain as the nose on my face. The game is on. Holy crap, he's right.
And
Man.
and when you kick off the adventure, the game is surely afoot.
Oh, absolutely.
It is hit the ground run. But if you want to feel like Watson
What a great
working,
analogy.
There you go.
That's how I'm going to use it, too.
that's what I use it now.
Yeah.
If you want to feel like
And I
Watson
think if
working
you're
with
pitching
Sherlock
it to
Holmes.
someone, that's not the most appealing way to do it, but it's oddly sexually satisfying to feel so confused in this way. Like, it is a rush that you may have never experienced. I have goosebumps thinking about it right now. That's ooh.
There's a few by Joves by the time you're
By
done with it too.
Jove. I'm serious. Like, I am so thrilled at how much fun these have all been. I am more than excited for
And to think about
everything else. That's
the
left.
last two podcasts, we'd already played both of them, and we were shouting our praises that the game is not the same. It pleasantly surprised us. Now we're doing. I see a theme here again. Once again, the game has surprises, but in a different way.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we can't change the game forever, but we can change how you play it.
And I don't even know how that is consistent with anything else I've ever played. Either.
I don't know,
Like,
but we got 4 more. We don't
I
even.
know.
I feel like there's going to be something even more amazing. I just.
yeah.
I will do a podcast that comes in here and goes, "Hey guys, I think they flatlined it. It's not as big as the other ones."
you are harsh on board games
at
reviews.
one point-
like people don't send you
expansions.
board games to review because you
well,
crap on them so hard.
No,
and-
not everyone. But expansions, after a while, someone's going to swing and miss. But if you wrote it out, if you thought it out, then there's one more time. There's 2 more maybe time surprises that haven't gone off yet, as far as we know. Because I'm not looking up anything. So as far as we know, but obviously, we're going to come across them, and it's going to be pretty huge. I think it's going to be friggin' huge. when it does happen.
I agree.
There's a lot going on in Expedition Endurance that I absolutely love. The question is, one of the questions is, how far is too far? When do you stop?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Or the other question can be,
can you trust each other?
Can you trust each other?
The secretive bits of it.
And it's different. Not can we trust anyone ourselves, like in the first one. That's individually, you have to hold secrets from each other.
You're right.
So here's what's going to happen in the next one.
It was the most similar was this one to the first one. That's the only comparison.
Feel was, yeah.
But a similarity or a vibe is about as far as you can take it.
Yeah, that's a vibe. Yeah. I would say a vibe.
It's
that's a
the
good
vibe
word.
of the thing, man.
The vibe.
It's like, that's one of my favorite Australian movies is called The Castle.
The Castle, yeah. The whole vibe. Good. It's the vibe.
It's the vibe of the thing.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen The Castle, go watch it. It's such a brilliant movie. Oh my god!
I mean, and Time Stories is going straight to the pool room. Let me tell you.
This is going straight to the pool room.
Straight to the pool room.
That is magnificent. But it's
what you've kicked against. It's what you do with it.
It's what you've done with it. It's the same thing, but it's what you've done with it. It's amazing.
Hold on. Just paid for itself.
Just paid for itself.
Love that movie. God. Okay, another episode will be on The Castle. There you go.
We will have to do that.
I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. So, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Next expansion, Lumen Fidei. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Okay, Lumen Fidei.
What is the year on there listed at?
1419.
1419.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Once I open this box, a genie is going to materialize.
Nice.
And grant us 3 wishes.
So get started.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I don't know. There could be a live snake in here. I don't know.
It probably is.
I don't know. I am astounded. And by the way, I don't even I don't open these until we start that day.
If you are missing a book from your collection that's in your office, it's probably in that box that you just...
There's a picture of us from 3 years ago playing this game.
There's a picture of us in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Hello, Benjamin. Hello, Nick. Hello, Matt. How are you today?
I wouldn't doubt it. At this time. Oh, wow. Let's do it. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to find out next Saturday, though.
On Saturday
morning.
Samoflange.
Oh.